together what my thesis, my project is, and we're having a discussion in class this week about leadership development at the local level, at the congregational level. That there's this crying need for local churches to raise up and invest in leaders. And so I'm sitting in this circle of 16 students and a couple of professors, and one by one, each one is saying, yeah, we don't really do anything at the local level. We don't. And I'm feeling like a bit of an anomaly, because it's like I don't want to brag about what we're doing, because I feel like there's a sense in which we're just kind of learning it, right? But all of a sudden I'm going, wow, there's something really unique that's going on here. The fact that it's two congregations, right, that are kind of growing in their capacity to lead by learning from each other. And so I just shared the story. I said, you know, this is what we're doing. We're not doing it perfectly. And I had people coming up to me at the break going, why isn't that your doctorate of ministry project? Why aren't you investing all of your time into making that leadership development program the best program it can be? So all of a sudden it's like, I was simultaneously excited by, yeah, like imagine what God could do for us, because I felt this dissonance, and I know maybe some of you have too, that this is good, but it could be better, right? And at the same time, this sense of, oh boy, if I switch my thesis topic at this point, what kind of organizational hole am I putting myself in? And Carol, yeah, there's that. Anyway, met with my advisor Thursday night, met with Daryl last night, and I want to invest more. Not that this. I want to help us grow, and Daryl wants to help us grow. And so, as we look ahead to next year, we wanted to hear from you just what worked, what didn't work, and we're going to use that to go into prayer. And then afterwards, you may have more candid thoughts, and that's what the piece of paper is for. You can write it on that. So let's first hear what worked, just as we go into prayer. What worked or what didn't work. And just don't feel bad about saying something didn't work. I know it didn't work. You're not like, surprising me by it.
I like the live guests.
You like the guests?
Live guest speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Watching the videos, okay.
Okay. Live guests were good. Video was okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the mixed tables.
Mixed tables worked. Right. You want to say more about that, Greg? Or?
You just get different perspectives.
Different perspectives. Yep. Okay. Good.
I want to ask that having at least two congregations, like put the other groups there, like where you need, because we have two churches in our city, but for others, I think it's work. We have two different congregations.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Two congregations and yet in the same city, so we have some commonality. Yeah. Others?
I like the prayer triad.
The prayer triad. I'm going to put prayer triad on both sides of what worked and what didn't work. Does that resonate with anybody?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because I think for some it was a meaningful experience, and I think for some it was not. Right? And that's maybe one of the things that Daryl and I as leaders have to think about. What are ways that we want to supplement what's going on here on Saturday mornings with supporting you between sessions and helping make those prayer triads or whatever that is more meaningful. Others?
I think it was the structure maybe from the beginning, kind of where we were going, what we were going through, and it really helped well to the times and the commitments. You were here, you were organized, you modeled that time and commitment, and wasn't moved around. Oh, we're going to switch it to this week or that.
Right.
So it was easier to put in our calendars and hold.
Okay, good.
Food was excellent.
The food was excellent.
That's coming from a foodie.
And that's coming from a foodie. Yeah, go ahead.
I think with the devotional, I kind of missed the declaration Tuesday, so that's a flaw in my.
Oh, okay, the seeking God's face, yeah.
But I think that we really have to approach that with each of us having different spiritual learning styles,
Mm-hmm.
and that presenting a couple different options. Like this book worked fantastic for my husband. I think it's revolutionized his life. Me, I'm a more hands-on writer, and I need to have something that says, oh, write out this passage and then whatever, and that's my learning style, and that's something that I learned this year about myself because I was trying different options out, right? that I am really that kind of
Good.
learner. And yet we could have someone else who's more, I'm a natural learner, I need to be, or I need to be with music and the word and whatever. So really exploring that, our spiritual learning style out and flushing that out as leaders, I think we could really benefit
Good,
from that.
good. That could be a session even on different spiritual learning styles. Yeah, good, thank you. Teresa.
I'd love to spend some time with people in similar ministry roles. Just even brainstorming ideas or what works, what doesn't work, where we try.
Right. Yeah, there's a sense in which, one of the things about having so many people from two congregations is that you all bring your stuff to the table about what you're doing, but we spent so much time thinking about how do we lead and not so much about what are we leading, right? And that's good. That's good. Okay. What else?
The model for discussion is really good. We have a chance to kind of test our ideas in a very small group where there's no risk.
Yeah.
And then you open it up to everybody, and if you've got good feedback from your small group, then you can throw it out to the large group.
Yep.
If you didn't get good feedback, you just
Yeah, Terry.
This is more in the form of a question. How did you decide on the two books we were using, The Leadership on the Line and Gospel in Life? I did read the whole Leadership on the Line.
Oh, good.
And there were some that I liked, but I found some of the examples very American and political, which
Yeah.
doesn't resonate with me. So
Yeah.
I went, it's okay as a leadership book.
Yeah.
The parts we studied here, that was interesting, the balcony and
Yeah.
the dance floor, but I don't know, I didn't like the book.
Okay, good. And I appreciate that. So first, the question on how we chose the books. You want to go, or you want me to go, or?
Yeah, John picked that one.
Which is true.
We picked them together, and we did some, back and forth conversation about that. It's interesting you mentioned that, because that's something a couple people had said to me privately, and I was planning to share that with John as well too. That the comment I heard was a little bit different, not about the political and American models, but that it was quite heady and cerebral, and that maybe something more along the lines of like a John Maxwell book might have been more helpful. Because when you read John Maxwell, it's kind of like, I knew that. Why am I not doing that? Why am I not doing that? Why am I not doing that? And so it's something that people can get. But yeah, that was one comment that I heard.
That's good.
I can probably speak to that too, because I'm a teacher librarian in the school that I work at, and I'm part of a committee that buys books for our school board. It's hard to find Canadian nonfiction.
Right.
The industry is just driven by the US, and so most of the books you have to choose from are American.
Yeah. Yeah, even Gospel of Life is American too, right? That way. What I would say too is, we were. First of all, I really appreciate the comment, because what it demonstrates is what we talked about earlier about you have to love and trust in order to speak a word that is somewhat critical, right? And it's like that wasn't the best book. Good, excellent. So we were trying it out, right? And so it was a book that I had been exposed to. I knew that Redeemer faculty was using it and they were being blessed by it, and so I thought, yeah, this when we're thinking about specifically the skill of leadership, and that was the hard thing, right? That we wanted to think of the skill of leadership particularly, right? And there's so many books, Christian books on leadership, that talk about maybe the integrity or the character of a leader, but we want to talk about the specific skill, and that was the challenge. But we'll do a little more looking around.
It did address the whole title, Leadership on the Line, if you're putting yourself out there. And there were some parts that, you went, you're vulnerable.
Yeah.
And that came across.
Okay.
There were parts I didn't like.
Yeah, no, good, thank you. Good. Others? Yeah, Philippe.
Just a little clarification, for next year, is next year the continuation of what we're doing now, or